Good morning, welcome to Heartland Dual Sport. This morning we're going to be doing the install on the 12-volt accessory. Here's what it looks like in the box. You get a long cord, little deal here, and a couple of connectors, and it should go real quick and easy. So let's get started. When you're following the directions, the first thing it tells you to do is take the seat off. You guys that don't know, there's a key slot right here. Use your regular key and turn it, releases the seat comes right off. Go ahead and put the key back. And underneath the seat, if you don't know, there's a Allen wrench, and this Allen wrench is like a sacred item to your bike. Almost everything uses this same Allen key right here. But we'll go ahead and put the seat over here out of the way, and then it tells you to disconnect the ground on the battery. So to get to that, we need to undo the toolbox to get to the battery. For you guys that haven't taken the toolbox off yet, we'll go ahead and I'll be showing you where it is and how to get it off as well. So this is the toolbox. As you can see, it's got a little outer bracket. To get the toolbox off, you have to take these top two screws out. You have to take these top two screws out that are holding in your toolbox. And then there's a little clip on the bottom. It'll be hard to see all over here. There's a little clip on the bottom here, and this helps hold it in. But as you can see, there's just two screws and then the toolbox. We'll leave them right there. And then to get to the battery, I'm going to scoot you up some I'm going to scoot you guys up some so that you can see it. The battery's actually housed right here. This is the battery box right here. So we will disconnect the ground. The ground is going to be on this right side, and the positive's over here on this other side, but it tells you to go ahead and disconnect the ground. So we'll do that right now. Guys, there's a little bitty clip right down here. You just it's kind of a tab or clip or whatever you want to call it, but this just folds up so that you can get to the battery. And hopefully this other camera's actually picking it up. The ground side is right here. Again, we're using the same hex Allen key that came with your bike, and it's the one underneath the seat. So it tells you to take the ground, disconnect it. So the ground's disconnected now. You can see the wires right here. And just remember, this one screw right here is what goes with your battery. Okay, next we're going to remove this screw. Again, this using the same tool. You can almost take your entire bike apart with the same tool. But you notice this one's got like a little bit of a recess for it so that you're not smashing the plastics. And then there's also two of these little micro clips that are right here. You guys can see this. You got one right here and one right underneath where the actual 12-volt connectors are going to go. But they look like this, and they just pop out with a flathead screwdriver or whatever. We'll put them three over there. That's got that disconnected like we're supposed to. And then to take this one out as well. same deal, guys. If you'll notice, it's got the little spacer there so you don't crimp any plastics. Put those all together. So that's this screw, and the two little pop-out pieces. They're actually called clips. The next thing we're going to do is remove the side tank cover. To remove the side tank cover, you've got two screws, one right here and one right here. And this is the left side tank cover. So that's got that tank cover. So we don't lose our pieces, we're going to set these to the side and put the two screws to go along with it. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take the front windscreen off. Windscreen's real simple. Again, we're using the same tool that we've been using this whole time. You got 4 of these screws. They do have a plastic washer on the back so that you don't damage your windscreen. Make sure that's real important, you don't lose the little washer. And these are all the same length. Again, we'll set this somewhere. It won't get messed up or lose the screws. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is, there's 4 more little clips holding this little spoiler on. And we're going to go ahead and take that off. And it just kind of connects up in here like so. It's got a couple little teeth in there. Just kind of pries it out. There we go. Just work it gently, guys. You don't want to snap it off in there. Here, this side. And there it went. And just kind of pried up, but as you can see, you got your 4 holes and that's holding that piece in. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to remove these little clips that are here as well. There's 2 of them. It says to remove them on both the left and the right hand side. So we've got that done, we've got them removed. There is a ton of these little clips all over the place, guys, so be careful, take your time with them. They're coming out nicely. What I found is just work them nice and easy and they'll pop right out. Hopefully they're going to be able to be reused. Okay guys, after you've taken all the clips and the screws out, this has a couple of what they call box connections, and then your cowl just comes right off. And I'll show you here. Sometimes it makes it easier if a guy can tell what's going on. Here's 2 of these clips, 3 of the clips. Here's another clip over here for this back here. So you've got this clip which goes there, this clip which goes here. These 2 little clips are up in the front. So they're all just rubber clips. And then you've got this one catch right here that goes up in the very front, right here, and it's got to kind of go this way to come out. So anyways, once it's all put back together, this clip holds its position by staying shoved into the other piece. But as you can see, this black stuff is all part of your cowl, and they're actually calling this the middle cowl, COWL, and then you got your air breather and stuff that's going around this way. So that's got the left side off, and I believe we need to take the right side off as well. Again guys, this is all pretty simple. It's just kind of a little unnerving when you haven't done it before, but it's all coming apart nicely. I've actually bought the service manual, and it goes into more detail than the directions that you get offline on how to install this. But so far guys, we're into this about 3 minutes, 4 minutes. So let's keep rolling. We'll go ahead and get that other side taken off. Again guys, you'll go ahead and you'll just nice and easy, after you've taken all the clips loose, this just pops off nice and easy. This is the other side, and I'll show you real quick. You've got your top clip, same deal, boss clip. A couple of these other miniature clips, another boss clip, and another one right over here. So everything snaps in real nice with these rubber grommets, and it comes apart in the front just like the other one. I showed you this little ridge piece right here, and it fits right up in the front. You'll see it when you're taking it apart, but that just makes it real easy. If you guys have a visual, you can kind of see how the plastics come off. So let's go to the next step. Okay guys, we're going to remove the front cover next, and there's 6 little screws just like the other plastic screws. You got one right here, one here, and one here on both sides. So we'll go ahead and take them loose. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the left inner panel, and it shows this one screw here and some sort of clip on the bottom. So we'll take this screw out and see where it's holding it. And it tells you to go ahead and disconnect the left blinker. We're just going to set that right there for the time being. So now we've got that disconnected, and you can see we've got the wires over here for our parts. So see what we do next. Alright guys, we're finally getting to what we're going to call the fun part of this. We've got this rubber piece right here we need to pop out. It tells you to save that. So I don't know what we need to save it for, but we'll go ahead and set it to the side and save it for whatever it is. And the next thing in the directions is to this little screw deal that actually is going to hold it to the bike. It's screwed on, so we got to unscrew that, take it off the cable, run the cable through our accessory port hole, and there should be a notch in it. Yeah, the notch is at the top, so you want to make sure that you get that notch in the top. We'll go ahead and get our nut, run it through, run to the back side. Again, make sure that you put that at the top. and your nut will screw on. Just like that. And we'll tighten that up here in a second. But, looky there guys. Boom, power outlet. It's got a water cover on it. So it's supposed to be weatherproof. And it's in the factory hole. Nothing but, what do we got in this guys? Maybe 10 minutes so far. We're already here, we're installing it. So let's get down to the wiring. Okay guys, I don't know if you got that or not. We just put the left side back on. It's got the one bolt here that we tightened back up, so it's back on, and then we've ran the wire from up around there back up through the top, and we've got some other angles over here with this other camera that you'll be able to see as well. So that's it on that side. All right, so you've got this other piece, and it's got the two connectors and the single connector, and then you've got this deal right here. So what we're going to do is, this is the one with the one side is going to go in here just like that, and then it tells you to zip tie. This is your fuse, and it's a 7.5 amp fuse. It's going to be the tiny fuses, but it tells you to actually put a zip tie around that, or electrical tape, either one. So we'll do that real quick. Alright guys, this next little part is going to be kind of hard to see, so I'm moving the camera up so that you can see it. We'll be using these two cameras to my right. But underneath, this is your main plug that goes into your instrument panel. On top of, underneath it, is this black cord here that goes right there, and we'll show you this later. What you're searching for is this one right here. So as you can see, there's a dummy plug. We're going to pull the dummy plug out, and then we're going to plug in the accessory cord to that, and it's going to go right there. So that's where it plugs in at. And then again, at some point we're going to be connecting this wire to that wire. You'll have an inline fuse that's going to be buried somewhere in the bike. I've got to figure out for sure where to put this so that we can actually get to it. But this is the other connector that you're going for. And again, we'll do some more in-depth videos kind of showing you where we're going to be routing all this stuff as well. That way you can get to your fuse, because you don't want your fuse back in here where you have to take an hour to undo all this stuff just to get to the fuse. So this is mainly just getting in real close so I can show you the connector that you're looking for. Again, they're mounted on, there's little brackets right here. I know it's black and it's hard to see, but you'll see it when you take your bike apart. These connectors are held in place by little connectors back here. So you'll see them, and like I say, the white one that you're going for is underneath the black one. The black one's on top, the white one's blank. And if any of you guys have any idea in the world why Honda wouldn't put this $15 part that they charge you $75 for from the factory, and do it from the factory, if you'll leave a note or explanation down below, that'd be awesome. But otherwise, we know that they're not doing it. It's not even an option to upgrade. You'd have to have your dealer do it, but why they don't do it from the factory is beyond me. I mean, that's a $15 part. They've got the bike torn apart at the factory when they're putting it together, so why they didn't do it is, again, beyond me. Who these days does not need a 12-volt accessory socket? That's a mystery, guys. Alright guys, I know this looks like a mess, but this all goes back behind this bar here, and then the deal with the fuse is going to go here. I'm not sure why, but that's where to go, and it'll lay nice and flat there, and it's got the little rubber protector and all that. So that's the piece that has your connector coming from the cigarette lighter adapter, and it's also got the inline fuse in there. Again, it's a 7.5 amp fuse, and we will plug this back in. You guys remember I showed you it goes right there. Make sure it's in there nice and good. And and then this actually clips onto the bottom clip. It'll be kind of hard to see, but it goes in there like that. And this one goes back where it was, and it just snaps in there nice and easy. And then this next part, be pushing this back where it goes. And guys, again, remember, this is all sensitive stuff. Did you hear it click? It clicked back in there, and then we'll work this rubber seal back around there as well. And that's just your rubber seal that goes on there to keep your wires going to your instrument panel. Again, give me a minute and I'll work that in there. I need a flashlight or something. My helper has gone on break. It's actually kind of hard to see. You can get it started and it goes in there about a ½ inch or so, and you can feel it when you're shoving it in there. It actually makes a pretty good seal. And again, just using the flashlight that you can see, get it all in the spot where it's supposed to go, and it goes in there nice. It's factory clean, and you can see it's smashed back up in there nicely now. Again, that's the rubber seal, just using the little handy dandy light we got, and this extra wire will actually kind of twist tie back behind all this, and they do give you ties to tie it to this bar right here, so we'll do that real quick. You got 2 different ties that come with your kit. You got this bigger tie here, and then the tiny tie. They just tell you to make sure when you're tying this up that you're not, when you cut these ties off, don't leave them long to where they're going to be poking in and wearing holes into your other wires. But you can see it just goes down nice and simple. Just makes for a nice clean fit, and then we'll cut that off here in a minute. This other tie goes right in here as well. We'll figure out how to get that shut in there. And again, guys, we're done with the install. We've got our 12-volt accessory socket wired in. It's wired into the original factory Honda wires. Guys, if you're thinking that you need an additional accessory port, which is not uncommon when you're talking about wiring your bikes up. Right now, when you've got your bike tore apart, this would be a good time if you have one that you want to mount on a handlebar or something like that, and you can get the wires ran back here underneath where you'd have a good clean line to follow to get back to the battery if you wanted it hardwired. If you want to wire it into the switch, right now is a good time to tap into the wires that we just installed for the 12-volt accessory port, and you can put it somewhere else. Again, guys, this is an install video on the 12-volt accessory port for the Honda Africa Twin. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you know anybody that has one and they're thinking about putting the port in themselves, guys, this is a pretty simple task. It's nothing that you can't do. I mean, I'm not a Honda certified mechanic. I'm not a mechanic of any kind. I'm a guy who reads a little bit, done a little bit, worked on the DRZ, worked on the KLR. I mean, we've done stuff. Again, this is being a factory wired part. You're going to connect right into the connectors that Honda provides you. Again, I don't know why they didn't put it in with the box, guys. It doesn't make any sense why that you would have to do this. They've got the slot for it and everything else. I don't know anybody who wouldn't want an accessory port, but again, I don't work for Honda. Honda, shame on you. You should have put that in from the factory. But we know they didn't, guys, so here's the thing. It's real easy to do. I've shown you pretty much step by step. I'm going to include a link down below. If you go to the link down below, there's 7 or 8 pages that you can download direct from Honda, and it's installation instructions. Everything in the installation instructions is covered. We tried to video everything the best we can. I know it's difficult. It's black parts on a black bike, and it makes it difficult to see sometimes, guys, but hopefully the video will help you. If you like our video, give us a big thumbs up. This is something that we want to do for y'all. We're going to be continue to bring you tips and tricks for the Honda Africa Twin. We're going to be doing other installs. As you know, we've installed the TourTech foot pegs. We've got other TourTech parts that we've installed, and we're going to keep outfitting this bike, getting it ready for the epic adventure. And part of that epic adventure is I need a way to recharge my phone and my GoPro batteries and everything else. So we need the accessory port's really important for us for the epic adventure. Again, my name's Dale. Thanks for tuning in to Heartland Dual Sport. And if you like our video, give us a thumbs up. We always love to hear from you. We appreciate your likes, comments, and subscribes. And may you have a blessed week. Alright guys, if everything worked out right when we plug this in, it should give us power. And if it does, that will light up. But if you notice the keys off, keys on, we've got power. This is lit up as well. So we definitely got our power. This is what we've been working for this morning, and man alive guys, that works great. If you notice, it does click off when you turn the key off, so that's actually a benefit. It'll keep you from running your battery down. If you guys need one that's hardwired, if you noticed, I don't know if you can see this wire down here. While I had everything apart, I went ahead and I've got one ran, and I'm going to put a 15 watt fuse in line in it, and I'll go ahead and get another 12 volt accessory outlet, a generic one. I'm going to hook it up here on the handlebars. That'll give me another point to access for GPS or anything else down the road. So went ahead and hardwired that. It's not actually wired to the battery yet, but it will be, and I'll put a 15 amp fuse to it, and it'll be one that'll stay on all the time. That'll give me power up here from the battery in case we're going to end up putting fog lights on this bad boy as well, and give us some GPS power if we need it down the road. Again guys, this was excellent product. I wish that Honda would give it to you straight from the factory.